What up, you chum bags? Alright, here's the last part of this week's Bentleys tips. I'm going to go over all the lures I got in my bag. This isn't specially set up. This is honestly just everything that I just dumped out of my bag. Before we get started, let's go and talk about what is the concept for fishing lures in South Florida for inshore saltwater fish and freshwater fish. Now, here's my number one thing. If you are walking around with more than one tackle box, I understand if you're on a boat and you got 2 or 3 or 5 or whatever, that's different. But if you walking around fishing with more than one tackle box, I don't know what you're doing, bro. Unless you're a professional fisherman, you don't need thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of lures. You know, having 20 different colors of the same lure, no reason for it. In fact, I heard sayings about people say that lure companies, they make all those different colors to catch fishermen, not fish. My concept for lures is one of several different things. It's all about approach. If it's dark, or if the water's dark, I usually like to use dark lures for the simple reason of silhouettes. If it's really dark at night, the fish are going to use the light from the moon or from the lights that are outside or whatever you're doing. So a dark lure, just picture a lure and a fish underneath of it and the light on top, it's going to help them see the silhouette of whatever lure you're using. So at nighttime, if I'm fishing with worms or frogs or swim baits, I'm for the most part using something very dark. Same thing with dark water during the day. Like if you're in the Everglades, try to use more like organic, natural colors, greens, pumpkins, browns, shit like that. And as far as for real clear water, like if you're fishing Kendall or South Florida in these canals, it's the opposite. You want to use light colored things. You want to, first of all, pay attention to what the color is of the bait and what the fish are eating. But for the most part, if a fish lives in clear water, then they're going to be brighter and lighter than if a fish lives in dark water. Common sense. Usually lakes that have a whole lot of growth in it and plant life, they're going to have more algae and more color in the water, and usually the fish are going to be a little stronger. So those are just all things to look for and thought process about when using the color of the lure. So I don't have 50 colors. I just have dark and light. A couple funky colors, but whatever. Secondly, what you want to think about is what kind of water column you're fishing in. If I'm going flats fishing and I'm going to be fishing in 3 inches to 2 feet of water, depending on the tide, then I'm going for things are going to drop slowly. There's not really a water column anyways. You only got 1 foot, 2 feet of water. Now if you're going freshwater fishing and you're going in a lake that's 80 feet deep, there's all kinds of water columns in there. Or a canal that's 40 feet deep, there's all kinds of water columns. So you got to think about what you're going for. Top water is going to cover that top water column. It's going to help you attract fish. You're able to carry a lot of area, make a lot of splash. If you're fishing a new area, it's good to throw a top water. You're able to, get a reaction strike and see if there's any fish around there. And then you got, slow sinking and suspending lures. And then you got worms and stuff that you fish on the bottom. So think about what you're fishing for, what water column they're going to be in, how deep the water is you're fishing in. And that's going to help you with your lures. So let's see what I got. Alright, first thing I got, worms. I don't fucking like fishing worms. That shit is mad annoying to me. But I do it anyways. Every once in a while. There's sometimes when I see big largemouth, or if I'm in the Everglades, and if I know there's a place and there's largemouth and they're not hitting faster lures, then I know that's what I gotta do. So I always carry around, this is a Savage Gear eel. Shit's heavy duty, bro. I don't even put a weight on this. I just cast it on a worm hook and let that bitch just drop and just slowly swim. Causing a big largemouth on one of these. See what else I got. I got these little purple culprits. These are little skinnier guys with dark purple. Probably the best color for worms. And then Real Time Bait. Shout out to them. Real Time Bait. He sent me some of these stick worms, I guess what you call them. And I have some hooks for them. Fish them like Cincos. I haven't really tried it that much. I haven't got out to try it before. This is, like I said, I don't like worm fishing that much, but from what I've heard, this is the way to go. So I always carry them with me. Like I said, I might not always fish them, but it doesn't take up much room, and that's all I need. I don't need 20 packs of worms. That's it. So next, well, let's do the rest of these soft plastics. What else I got in here? I got some jig heads, soft plastic. Okay. So here goes the rest of the soft plastics I got here. These are some more. These are rib shads by Real Time Bait. These things, check them out. Are REEL Time Bait. Check them out on Instagram. So the dope thing about these lures is you get to order the color and what scent you like on what lure you like, and you can mix match. And I've actually had some pretty good success with these. I like these because I just throw it on a jig head, and they're very simple to fish. There's nothing to it. You just cast it and reel it in, stop every once in a while. They're actually pretty tough, and I always carry some around because you never know. You know, like I said, this is more of a natural color, and I usually use these funky colors more for me to visualize seeing what the lure is doing, more than to catch the fish. You feel me? And then, guys, these are the dart spins. I've been using these for the last couple months. They're going to be coming out from Patrick Sabile, a band of anglers. Go check them out on Instagram, a band of anglers, and Patrick Sabile. The man's been making lures for decades, and these things are intense, man. You can hook them up differently. What I've been doing lately is I got this worm hook that they'll actually come with the lure, I believe, but then I also put a split shot in the front of it just to let it drop down even more. And most of the hits I get is when it's just falling. Peacocks will just come out of nowhere and slam it. It's weedless. If you look, it's got a cavity in there for the hook so your bait doesn't get torn up. It's got different cavities for if you're going to put a jig head in there. You see it's got, let me see, it's got a cavity right there for the hook sitting there, and a little slot. You see right here, these little doors, you put the hook in there, close that, and it's weedless. Dog. They're not out yet. I'll let you guys know as soon as they're out. But if there was like, if I only had one lure, and I ain't even gone out to the flats yet. I haven't even thrown this at a redfish or tarpon or nothing. Snook, I'm sure they're going to eat this shit up. So I'll let you know when they come out. They're going to come out in a bunch of different sizes. This is going to be the new thing. So I carry these around always. Also got, a couple little bullshit. I think these were made by Calcutta. I got like a pack of them. But it's always nice if you're freshwater fishing. To carry around some jigs. Let's see, this is one more jig I have. This one's actually really big. And honestly, I'm not even gonna bullshit. Things like these are for catching the fish off of a bed. I don't go around catching fish off bed. I have in the past. I used to, when I have like an hour to fish, or just really had the itch to want to catch a fish. But through the years, I've learned and seen what that will do to a body of water. And I fish enough and have enough opportunities for big fish that I just leave the little guys alone. But, like I said, there's been times when I've fished and I've ran across that 7, 8, 9, 10-pound peacock sitting on a bed. And for those situations, bro, I ain't mad at you for wanting to go after your personal best peacock or a monster, you feel me? And for that reason, I'll have something really heavy like this. The whole purpose for this thing is just to piss off a fish. they're out there on their fry and they're a little deep,